Hey guys, Dan Alman back with another Watcher of Realms video. Today, we're going to go through some of the dev insights. There's some stuff in here that's useful to go through, so let's check it out. We got this late last night, so maybe people haven't noticed this. They did get at everyone, but I just want to go through them and just kind of talk about it. So this is a message from my guildmate today. Most of us are feeling it. We had one member quit already because of basically the day after 3 GVG ended. He said, game feels like more of a chore than fun. Left the guild. He was a whale. Spent a lot of money, blah blah blah. I think a simple fix would gear lock the same as auto battle does for each piece of content. I myself am very annoyed with how much I have to switch my gear around, and I've brought it up before. I mean, a typical Monday for me consists of guild boss, arena, void rift, exp raid, build my GVG team, guild boss, etc. Then if I don't swap my gear back on my arena team, I lose points. Then I have to set my gear in Tuesday night for GVG, then take all my gear off. Bro, I feel you on this one. And gear for BP for the week of GVG, and put my gear back on for defenses. There's too much gear swapping. We need either better gear rates so we have enough gear so we don't have to swap so much, or saved gears on everything we do. Or saved gear on everything we do. I think that's the important note there. So thank you for your feedback. We will try locking gear in some gameplays, such as guild battles and arenas. That's huge. I have been complaining about gear and gear space for a very long time. A lot of games, you know, when they save your auto run, they'll save your gear. So then obviously you don't need to redo everything. I think that would be a huge quality of life improvement inside the game. I think it would be massive. So I 100% agree with this one. I want to spend some time on this one because I think this one would be huge for everyone. You know, it is just a lot of gear movement. You know, I'll go into GVG and then it's like, oh crap, one of my dudes is naked and you can't change anything. You have to wait a full 24 hours for that gear change to go active. So yeah, totally agree. I get it. Honora can't be buffed. I'm okay with that. But why item sets don't work on her? SAIR, I've tried everything. Fix it. A summoned creature inherits the stats of its owner when it's generated. It will not re-inherit the owner's stats later. So obviously, even if she could get buffed, that wouldn't have worked anyways. And I think that's why they did make her immune to buffs. Effects from certain growth type sets cannot benefit from the owner's later stat growth. The invigoration set is a buff and cannot affect Honora. We recommend using the Infernal Roar or Styx set. Isn't Styx the 30% damage set? Yeah, I get it. And I feel like she's not even amazing unless you have her bond bonus. If you have her bond bonus, then her summon creature is much stronger. But I agree. Yeah, it was funny. I was trying to test her and I kept trying to put Invig on her and I'm like, why isn't Invig working? And then I'm like, oh yeah, no buffs, duh. So, yep, I get it. First off, I love this game. I'm 37, been a nerd since forever, and I have blah, blah, blah. I have one gear raid events. Oh, this is about the gold, right? Yeah, okay. So this is probably someone who just got into Mythic gear, just got in there. Yeah, he's only 2 months into the game. So yeah, I get you. In the very beginning, you're like, oh, I have infinite gold. I'll never use this. And then you get to the end game where you start leveling up your Mythic sets to plus 16. And then you're like, oh yeah, now I get it. There's not a lot of gold. But then it'll go full circle. And then after you play for another 5 months or so, once you have a lot of good gear, you're going to be basically getting rid of all your gear and you're going to have infinite amounts of gold. So I don't think there's really a problem with gold in the game. I don't think I've ever even gone below like 60 million gold. Yeah, I've never gone, but I just spent 60 million gold on, my God, get me out of here, dude. Stop with the pop-ups. I've been playing the game already today. I had this Odyssey quest I just finished. And the lag. Okay, there we go. 30 million. I just spent 30 million literally a week ago and I still have 60 million. So you really will get to a point where you don't need gold anymore. So I hope that makes you feel better if you happen to randomly watch this video. Please consider adding more Pantheon bonuses for the game. I think this is basically, I think when they say Pantheon bonuses, I think they don't mean these, but I think they mean these. I'm thinking. So yeah, because I only have 4 of these, and I haven't even been spending that much time on Pantheon. So I think that's what they mean here. I think they mean these event thingies, not the actual bonuses from this, but I could be mistaken. Okay, thank you for the feedback. We'll consider about it. A new resource raid that rewards the players with skill powder and skill crystals. Currently, Tide provides these. I mean, yeah, once a year when you can beat 1 level. Yeah, literally once a freaking year. It's been like months, and I'm stuck in Actually, yesterday I finally was able to beat a level for the first time in like a month or 2 months. So I'm on wave 157 currently. Okay, give us a way to purchase auto fights either with gold or diamonds. That is already in the game. If you didn't know, you can get auto fights right here from this dude. None here. Let me refresh real quick to show people who don't know. There you go. You know, I don't buy them for diamonds, but I do buy summons for diamonds because they're discounted. I do buy stamina because it's discounted. But you can get auto fights for gold in here. I used to buy them all the time, but now I just have so many auto fights. It's not really. Here's another one for diamonds, but again, you do get them for gold. Of course, when I go to show this now, it doesn't happen. We're gonna sell that instantaneously. Let's just try to grab one real quick. Okay, you guys get the point. Anyways, there's autos in here. I guess if you're a non-spender, you don't have a lot. Someone like me who has bought packs for a while, I have a crazy amount, but yeah, I do get it. If you have a bunch of stamina, it would suck to not have auto fights. It really would suck because then you're forced to use something like an emulator or an auto clicker on your phone, which, you know, some people are worried about using that. So blah, blah, blah. I have hundreds of thousands of energy stockpiled. It'd be nice if I could use it. The number's way too small. Give us more. Thank you for your bag. We'll take this suggestion into account, geez, and consider increasing the output. Good. I really don't get limiting autos because, like, what's the point? If you have stamina, you should be able to use it, right? Like, why limit that? I never understood why they, you know, Raid Shadow Legends, I think, just started this trend, and then everyone has followed it since then, unfortunately. But Raid was the same way. You run out of autos, and you're like, cool, now I can just go use a macro on my emulator or my phone. But why do you force me to do that? You know what I mean? It is weird. It is very odd because you can't buy autos for, you know, currency, like real currency, fiat currency, besides if it comes in a pack with stamina. So I really do not get that, but is what it is. Create a feature to deconstruct level 16 ancient gear. Why level 16? To provide resources. I wish you could do something with ancient gear. I just vendor ancient gear all the time for like 1,000 gold. Bad ancients. I really do wish there was something you could do with it. So they're saying if you could take salvation and turn it into light's grace. I don't even, this is, why would you be able to take a small set into a better set? That doesn't make sense. That's like not deconstructing, that's like reconstructing or combining or something. Maybe he's talking about. Doesn't really make sense because he's going the wrong direction. If you deconstruct something, it should go to a lower set, not a higher set. So I don't really know what he's trying to say there, but thank you for feedback. We're already developing features to meet this demand. So maybe that means start saving your ancient pieces. I just cleared my inventory and got rid of hundreds of ancients. So, and every time I do it, they make a change and then I have to use it. That's why I always complain about gear inventory, because I always want to keep stuff. And as soon as I spend time and delete that gear, then they make a system that I just lost basically everything on. So watch them add now something to do with ancient gear, I'm sure. Ymir is extremely weak. I'm very disappointed. His special lets the enemy walk right past. This is useless. Please fix it to where he's stronger. And when his ultimate kicks off, the enemy can't walk past him. I feel like the fix should be, I mean, why are you using fighters to tank, first of all? When the ultimate is used, your merit shouldn't allow anyone to pass. This, of course, works alongside the character's blocking amount is not exceeded. I mean, she's a fighter, so if she's in the air, of course she can't block. I was able to achieve blah, 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 blah. If it hits for 40 cash, skills and weapons. What is this huge rant about? Why hype the even up for a legendary if they're not even worth time to build? Honora is worth the investment of time and skills, etc. Is she though? But she will never be paired with Ymir as he is extremely weak. So the bonding skill at this point is also useless. That's not how bond skills work. Bond skills, you just have to own them. They do not have to be in the party for you. So I do not think this guy understands how bond skills work. You do not have to have the hero with you for a bond skill to work. You just have to own him. I think the whole point of this was a misunderstanding that this person does not know how the bond skill works. So anyways, his design allows him to be airborne. He can't block, but he is safer than any other ground unit. I see that. I haven't been able to test him, but I can see how that would be. He also has very strong control abilities. The attack of ranged fighters is different from that of melee fighters. This is a rule. You can compare it with other ranged fighters like Zilla 2. So yeah, I don't have it. I didn't really test Ymir out, and I don't have one on my main account. I only have it on the test server. So This is in Russian, so I cannot read it. I don't know what that means. Please allow players to see the current number of damnation stacks at Lucius. There's a lot of complaints about Lucius lately. I've seen a lot of videos. I've seen a lot of people complaining about it in general chat. Why can you not see demonic embrace? Why can you not activate it? It's random, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't work for the new guild boss. So there has been a lot of complaints about this dude. So I'm assuming they're going to do something. It says they're going to apply some visual display. I think a lot of people have been saying that he's even been nerfed quite heavily because he's not being able to get... I think it's also here. Actually, it's just the next one, so I'm not going to speculate. Let's read it. As someone who has put thousands of summons into the Lucius banner, I request that you review the change you're implementing on Lucius. In the current iteration, Lucius dispels 1 buff for his first 4 attacks in the ultimate window. While this is not exactly optimal for guild boss content, his ability to dispel makes him strong for future content where we may need multiple dispels. I appreciate this guy using proper grammar. It helps me read. I don't know. Just a lot of these comments. There's a lot of typos and not good grammar, so it is difficult for me to pick it up. I don't have very good reading comprehension. You know, people have a bunch of comments like, "You idiot! Why don't you even read the screen?" If you guys don't know, I have ADHD, so my reading comprehension is very poor. So I'm gonna put some comments up there that were kind of funny as if I remember about it. But yeah, anyways, a little side rant there. This change will cause his dispel to be worthless outside of the new guild boss content. I understand that some free-to-play content creators are not happy with what he did, that they did not get a win all button for the guild boss. He is actually well balanced and quite powerful despite his shortcomings. When you make his dispel a one-off thing on his first attack in the ultimate window, this will actually end up being a nerf on Lucius. I'd rather not see this change go live, but if it does, those of us that spent significant sums of money must be compensated. We invested on the current iteration of Lucius, knowing what it was, not this make CC's happy version. Okay. Thank you for your feedback. In the coming Dispel gameplay, Lucius will continue to be important for addressing this mechanic. The developers really have... Like, why even put it here if you're not even going to remotely answer the question? Sometimes I don't understand the dev insight, and I usually don't read it, but there was some really important points that were made in this one, so I did want to cover it. Why even put it here if you're not going to answer any of the questions? They're basically saying we're not going to change it, but it might be important later, is basically what they're saying. They're really saying he is going to be important later, so I don't know. We'll see what that means. There is not a lot of dispellers, so I get it. GVG needs a true ground-based healer. Constance and Mariel approach the task, but they don't quite succeed. Give us a hero with small range, maybe just one tile in every direction, who does real healing. The paladin theme is good, but a monk might also be interesting. That's a cool idea. Thank you for the feedback. We'll consider creating a hero with ground healing abilities. Okay, yeah, that'd be cool. There is some areas where it would be useful, where you don't even have tiles. You can't place anything but ground units, so it would be cool. All buffs should be treated as positive status effects, much like debuffs are treated as negative. Why is it cleanse, dispel debuffs, but dispel doesn't dispel debuffs? Negative status effects fall off if timer runs out or are cleansed. A cleanse and a dispel are the same mechanic. Yes, they are. Some people say a cleanse is for your team and a dispel is for the enemy, but most of the time these two are used interchangeably. Just one is for negative status effects and the other is for positive status effects. Yeah, okay, I see. At cleanse will reduce all debuffs back to 0. Dispel doesn't remove any buffs. It just happens visually. I'm not sure what he means by that. Underlying buffs still remain until a timer, or if you timed forever and are being added to cumulative. Thank you for your feedback. We are currently having issues with poorly marked undispellable buffs. That's good. Okay, so they're saying it's a bug and they have not marked undispellable buffs properly, and they will address those in future versions. Okay, good. They're going to do something about this. I like that. There is a lot of questions in the game. There's no searchable gallery. I tried making one, which I still need to kind of finish up, but it's very, very labor intensive. You can't even, like some games, they'll have a gallery and you can search like Dispel and it'll show you every hero in the game that dispels. Almost every game I've played has that ability. At least some of the games I've played for a while. Yeah, that'd be a nice feature. If not, I do have it on my website. It is 99% up to date, so you can look for it there. More info during fights about heroes. For example, how many damnation stacks Lucius has. 2 time. Okay, a lot of comments about Lucius. And time is better if you want to use it. The same way you click on any hero and you can check buffs. Thank you for feedback. We are considering adding the hero information. More hero information. Okay, cool. Something in Russian I can't read. Something in Russian I can't read. A bunch of them in Russian I can't read. Another random language. Display of notifications. Okay, it doesn't seem too important. Able to enhance gears during the background battle and sell them if they roll bad. Yeah, you can actually do this. This is possible. So if you start a run, do we have Oracle Trial? I'll show you real quick. Gear rate 3. Okay, so if I go to gear rate 3, I hit go, and we're just gonna go like this. You're gonna hit auto, you're gonna hit like this, and you're gonna hit background fight. What you can do is you can go in to your gear, you can sit here in your gear screen, and you can go in this left side, and you can hit filter, and you can hit hide enhanced. Okay, and as your gear comes in from the auto runs in the background, you can level them up and delete them from this menu. So you can actually do this. However, if you do it a lot, I have found it cancels the auto background run for some reason. I have found that a lot. If you go in here and you're constantly messing around with stuff while you're running in the game, I have found that it'll randomly cancel my auto. I don't know if it's been fixed because I haven't seen it in like a week or so, but I have noticed that. So you can do this. This is a possibility. That's how you do it. Thank you for your feedback. We are working on a feature that will allow players to upgrade gear during background auto battles. So it sounds like they're going to try to add it into this menu. So you can go also in here. So if you're in here, you can't actually get rid of it. So you can't, or sorry, you can't level it up. You can get rid of it for sure. You can't level it up here. Okay, so here you go. You got 2. So for example, you can't level this up here. But now, watch. If I go back into that menu, go into gear, go here, just as I said, look at right here. So I can say, okay, this is good. I can even enhance it. Okay. Bad rolls. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay. And you can do that while the auto run is running. You can see it's still running. And you can see now that piece is sold. So you can do it. It is possible. That's how you do it, in case you were wondering. Give the poison on APOC 1A duration. Is it supposed to say 1 second duration? Or have it end when poison phase does? There's 0 reason every piece of content release should require LON. I get you. There is not a lot of cleansers. There is not a lot of cleansers. With this change, there's at least a chance to push further into a run without poisons. So look at what they have here. They're like, oh, we have LON. And we have Maidan, Eunomia, or Disomi. Eunomia and Disomi are both ancient exclusive, so 99% of the player base does not have them. So yeah, I agree with this dude. There is no dispels in this game. There's only LON and there's only Maidan. That's it. I agree with him. I agree with him. Come on, bring some more cleansers into the game. Dispellers, whatever you're actually going to call it in this game. Please stop increasing the difficulty. I read through this one and I don't really see what he's trying to talk about. Basically saying that the game's getting harder. I don't really think it's getting harder. He's trying to sell his accolades from 1980s. I don't remember anything getting harder, especially dungeons. Because it says boss battles in Void Rift and Immortal Codex. I don't think these have gotten harder. I really don't think they have. Void Rift has been nerfed actually. So, and I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't. I don't really agree with that one. It seems like I mean, it's like the guild boss. The new guild boss is harder, but it's also the game's been out for a year, so people have really strong accounts. You know, if you've been playing for a while. So, I mean, you can't have everything so easy, or everyone will leave, right? It'll be boring. So, I don't know. Lucius doesn't need a buff. The one that needs to fix is Semra's progressive shield buff. It doesn't make sense to bring a debuff unit when you have a progressive buff, considering debuff unit is very rare in this game. Yep. So a lot of people are talking about, you know, people who reduce the damage or people who remove buffs. Our direction, okay, so our dispel mechanism currently allows dispelling several stacks at once. Our direction for improvement is to enable skill usage at the appropriate time rather than autocast. Ugh. That's going to make it annoying, I feel like, because then if you change the rage region on that hero and you're trying to use an ultimate that clears stacks, it has to be done at the right time, and it can mess up your auto runs. And I had the auto run on the guild boss. I had the auto run for 30k, no problem on this boss. And I don't know what happened. I can't even get like 24k now. So I don't know what's happening with the autos, but that I feel like would just make it even harder. But anyways, the anniversary voting event should have prizes for top 3. People are just complaining that they got the popularity reward, but there's not good rewards. So, okay. Thank you for feedback. Voting has ended. We'll consider adding more prizes for similar events in the future. Okay. I understand regardless. I still don't see why they just gave us the same rewards in the past seasons. How did you start off with I understand regardless? How does that start a sentence? What does this even mean? Besides, how are we supposed to know that? This must be an error. This must be some sort of error. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Well, we're not going to read that one because that one doesn't even make sense. It makes no sense that we now have to wait a week for GVG preparation phase. I'm not going to lie. I've seen a lot of people complaining about GVG, but I've been really enjoying the break. I don't really find GVG that fun, though, I guess. So it's just me. It just depends on who you are. I know there's a lot of endgame players that are very obsessed with GVG. I think it's a very boring game mode, personally. But anyways, we want to test the defenses arrived and start of next season. A lot of people have picked up new characters and they want to try. Open the preparation phase today. Thank you. Starting from season 4, the season settlement period will revert to 1 day. So they are getting rid of that 1 week thing, or 9 days, whatever it was. I think it's supposed to come back on the 22nd. So a week from today, we're supposed to have it. So I guess this was a long break. This was a huge break because they're redoing GVG. There isn't normally that long of a break. But sometimes it's nice to have a little break and not have to do all that. Anyways, that's my opinion. This would be my 3rd time posting. I don't know why suggestion is skipped. I'm waiting on an answer, but no avail. Again, we would need maybe add it to the column attributes. Oh, okay, so they're talking about how the Pantheon bonuses stack in the stats. Now, I'm with him on this one. There's not really a good... You know, a lot of times when you go into here and you look at your totals, they'll have... You know, they'll have basic attributes. They did a decent job of it. You can see they have basic, gear, artifact, collection. But he's saying add another column for Pantheon. Because right now it's built into your base stats. So I get it. I don't know that that's super high priority, but it'd be nice to have for sure. As we can only see the basic attributes, gear, artifact, collection. Why not add Pantheon's bonus so we know each hero's stats with the Pantheon bonus on it? The Pantheon bonus is currently applied to heroes in battle. For now, we won't increase hero stats in this regard. And clearly they did not even remotely understand the question. He wanted to see it, not increase it, but whatever. Okay, they clearly did not even remotely understand the question there. That's okay. For the love, there's a little bit of a translation error. You know, the developers are Chinese and English. I lived in China for a long time. English to Chinese translations are very difficult. They're very literal. They're very weird. So it's very hard sometimes to translate between the two languages unless you can speak both of them very fluently. So just FYI, if you don't know. For the love of God, let us recruit during... Yeah, this is weird. During the 1 week season calculation period. Basically, they're saying you can't do anything for 8 days while it's locked. You're not allowed to kick people, even if they're AFK for 8 straight days. You're not allowed to recruit. You're not allowed to do anything. So, yeah, I get it. The off-season period will be adjusted to the preparation period instead of the settlement period. Okay, cool. So they're going to make the prep period longer, and I think during the prep you can kick people and recruit people. So, cool. They answered that one. Beautiful. With Season 4 Guild War not starting until the 22nd, are you planning to continue disabling guild membership changes? Yeah, I get that. It makes absolutely no sense to trap players in their guilds and allow no membership changes. Yeah, kind of to build off this other question, they're both related here, right? No, you guys allow no guild membership changes, voluntary or otherwise, for a whole 3 weeks. Yeah, I get it. While you're at it, please allow players to change guilds. Oh my God, is that the same one? Oh. During the 1 week cooldown. Yeah, everyone. Okay, so there's all these comments on that same thing. Thank you for the feedback. We're currently making membership changes. Yep, I get it. Why aren't we allowed to leave? Why aren't we allowed to prepare? Yep, I get it. There are a lot of people waiting on the Odyssey quest to launch 5 successful attacks in Guild War. Again, they're talking about this 3 week pause. You can look ahead in this. So if you want to get ahead and not get stuck like that, like I did, I saw that and I said, I better get in there and do that. And that was a long time ago. So, I don't even remember where that was. That was a really long time ago. So you can look ahead for almost all of them. So look ahead and make sure you don't get yourself stuck, right? So there's going to be some other hard ones. I'm stuck right now on the rank multiple times, I think, or something like that. And you got this one. Achieve Platinum 3 or above ranks at the end of a season. So this takes months and months to finish. So you got to plan ahead on these for sure. For sure. Thank you for feedback. We'll try to avoid shutting down guild battles for long periods. A lot of feedback on that one. Make it easier to select Void Rift mounts. I do agree with this one. I got a mount and I thought it just gave it when you accepted it and you made the mount. I thought it just gave it to you. I did 3 weeks of Void Rift in a row before it even mentioned that I have a mount to use. 3 weeks. And then it said it had a random pop-up on the 3rd week after I've already had him for 3 weeks, and it said, oh, like equip your mount. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me that a freaking month ago, guys? I thought when I made the mount, it auto like equipped it for me, you know? I get it. Okay, so thank you for your feedback. We will improve mount displays to make them more prominent. Yep, I second that one for sure. I didn't notice it. The substat icons that appear when crafting gear absolutely need to be in the sell gear screen. In the sell gear screen, don't we have that already? The substats. There's the substat right there. I don't know what that means. You can even filter by it. I'm not sure what that means. That's so weird. Gear will have substat icons. The auto battle settlement screen will not include stat icons. Auto battle settlement screen. This screen? There's substats here too. I don't know what they're talking about. Really don't know what they're talking about. Okay. Anyways. Okay. More Russian. I can't speak Russian or read it. When it comes to skins, would it be possible to grant the small stat bonus regardless of whether or not we use the skin? I get that. You know, if you own the skin but don't want to use it, maybe you should just unlock the stat bonus permanently for that character when you achieve the skin. I do like that. And they're saying, no, we're not going to change it. They don't cause a difference. But they do. They do. Dolores, for instance, I absolutely love her original look. Same with Idril. However, I'll still collect them and have them, but I feel as though we should be rewarded no matter what. I agree with you. I'm with you on that one. I'm against the devs on that one, for sure. Dwarven faction titled the Iron Kingdom or something similar. All current dwarves become part of it. Legendary lords. Another that summons a tanky golem. Summon frequency. What? What is he even? What? He's just saying making a new oh, he's proposing to make a dwarven faction instead of what we currently have. Okay, thank you for support, or thank you for your suggestion. We'll take it into future planning. Okay, exclusive artifacts for specific heroes are impossible. Yes, they are. I agree with you. I've never got one single useful exclusive artifact in the months and months and months since they have been released. I agree with you 1000%. The model to acquire and then level needs to change. I have had a level 10 Silas artifact forever, and it gathers dust because the other ones at level 25 are far superior. Yes, I agree 1000%. I'm still waiting for Hex artifact. I agree. Same for me. And don't expect to level one if I ever get one. I do have a bunch of these waiting. Yes, they're very hard to get, but I do have a bunch. Where do they even move the storage now? There we go. I do have a bunch of these waiting. I have 5 of them. If I ever get a Hex artifact, I will max that one out, but I'm with you, dude. I haven't got a useful artifact yet. I'm not using a single exclusive artifact, I don't think, besides ones that on heroes I hardly use, you know? The system, if exclusives is cool, but the exclusive is a bust because acquisition is beyond unreliable. None of my main teams use exclusives, and I've been playing for almost a year. I agree with you. I'm in the same boat. I hardly ever use them because they're impossible to find. You can't even get the first copy, and then once you have a first copy, it's really hard to get additional copies unless you buy them for US dollars. So I get it. Thank you for your feedback. We have adjusted the drop rates for artifacts. They are easy to obtain than before. So they're saying they already fixed it, which they haven't. But please note that exclusive artifacts are still meant to be powerful and and relatively rare. No, they did the opposite. They made it way worse. They added a bunch of epic ones, so now the pool is watered down and it's harder to get them. You guys made it worse, not better. I don't know where that response even came from. Less banner. That's the only, I love that. Thank you for your feedback. We will reintroduce these hero banners in future updates. Stay tuned. Yeah, like in a year from when they happened the first time, you might get another one. So I think that's funny that the feedback is just plus banner. Stamina regenerated need to be altered so we aren't sitting around doing nothing for so long. Been days where I've not been able to try and progress much because I haven't gotten gems from the guild boss to buy stamina, or not had stamina show up in the store and vice versa. Waiting a whole 12 hours for max stamina is ridiculous. Oh, he wants more stamina regen naturally. Okay. Thank you for your feedback. We have distributed stamina both in-game and on the official website. What? You guys have an official website? Dude, I've been playing this game for years, and I've never even heard of an official website that has games where you can win stamina in game. What? I don't know. We'll have to find that. Make folder with music. This guy wants to listen to some music. That's fine. Thank you for your support, Commander. We can get it from the community or on the official website. What the heck is the official website, guys? What's going on here? Watcher of Realms has an official website where they have giveaways? Where's the giveaways? Where's the events? There's nothing on your website, guys. What are you even talking about? It says you can download the music here, and it says you can have giveaways and win diamonds. Dude, you guys are wild. Did you just make that up out of nowhere? You guys made that up. That's not even real life. Okay, that's literally not even real life. Okay, make folder. Okay. I'm very new to the game, 12 days in now, and I pulled Kai twice on the first. Oh, that sucks, bro. First thing I was told would be create a fresh new account. I actually got really lucky after this, but I was thinking new players who don't get lucky and continue to pull dead characters. Told they are dead content by many players and their experience short-lived in the game. So my question is will characters like Kai have the chance to become useful again? Thank you for the feedback, Commanders. We are continuously adjusting heroes based on player feedback. Yeah, it sucks if you get the same hero multiple times. And then here's the thing that really made me mad and made me want to talk about this video. Time to bring in the pity counter. This is ridiculous by now. Thank you for the feedback. You can check the details for the number of pulls and the pity system status. No, you can't, bro. It's not in there. I don't know what they are doing, and I don't know why they are absolutely just refusing to add a pity counter to the game. I don't understand why, and I cannot understand why. Every game under the frickin' sun, that is the most important thing on anything. You know, like, I can't believe they cannot figure out how to do it. And you can't even see it. So if Ancients wasn't even open, you can't even look at your history, let alone know where you are. So when the Ancients are gone, you can't even look at it. And then you're forced to go in here and count 1, 2, 3. You're counting 3 per page up to 200? Dude, it's hard to even reliably count that high without losing track of where you're at or even counting the wrong hero like I did. I spent a bunch of time on video counting to my pity, and I got it wrong, not even close. And everyone in the comments is like, dude, you just counted to Ardea. She's not a lord. So it's so easy to make mistakes when counting to pity in here. Please, for the love of God, just add a pity and fix this thing. Because this is probably against the law, could probably get you in legal trouble because it's totally and utterly false. It's totally false. It is totally false. It says that when you get a legendary lord, it resets your pity. And it's not true because it resets for pity and a bunch of unnamed heroes who are not lords. You see this little symbol? That's a lord symbol. If you click these heroes, they're not lords. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Ymiret is not a lord. Ajax is not a lord. Fix this, guys. The pity's wrong. This is a straight up lie and could get you in legal trouble. Please fix it. And just put the pity in here, man. It's not that hard. Dude, every other game figures it out. I get it. Every game's programmed differently. Maybe it's more difficult for you. But guys, a pity number is super important. That's it for the video. Really long video. Took me a lot. But just wanted to go through it anyways. A lot to talk about it. Maybe I should split it up in 2 parts. Nah, we'll just leave it as a 35-minute video. That's it for the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe button. Yeah, it's wild. I don't agree with a lot of these. Sometimes they just refuse to even look at the comments. I mean, look at the emojis down here. You got 10 people with the clown emoji, 10 people with the what are you guys doing emoji, and multiple people with the loss, because just refuse to do a lot of stuff that people enjoy. For what reason? Who knows? Just say in here, it's so difficult we can't figure it out, because people have been asking for months and years, and then you added something that no one asked for, and then said, here you go, guys, here's the pity counter, which it's not. It's not a pity counter. There's no number. I don't even know where I'm at, and I can sit here and spend an hour counting and maybe get it right, maybe get it wrong. You know, does the pity go left to right? Does it go right to left? Is it random like some games? Who knows? But you're just guessing. You'll never know your pity ever as long as you live. Gotta guess. Mini rant there. But that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and that subscribe button. If you want to purchase packs in the game, I have discount links below. That was a long video. I don't normally count. I don't usually go over these, but I thought there was a lot of good stuff in here. So that's it. Have a great day. See you guys.